up. All right. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Zoe with my main man BK here to bring you guys a quick breakdown for today's nice 4 game slate that we got today. We're going to try to breeze through this because it is kind of like an hour right before lock. Trying to get the information out to you guys as quick as possible. So, without further ado, first game that we got up for today's slate, we got the New York Liberty taking on the Las Vegas Aces. Um, luckily we've seen this game before this season. I know you said you had a couple nuggets that you have for this game. What you got, bro?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already know like Asia dropped 30 on them to begin with. Y'all know me. When it comes to DFS, I love taking players versus Dosen, especially centers versus Dosen. Like again, we talked about that last time. She finished with 48 fantasy points. Just no way that they really could stop her. Another player that like Kelsey Plum, she had 27 points in the first game, while also scoring 24 real points. I've already seen tweets of Coach Sandy Bradell talking about trying to stop Kelsey Plum from going left, which is again easier said than done. But I mean, I still really like her in this spot, but also I'm gonna hedge my bet on the two that I played today and take her over turnovers just in case that they get to turn her real heavy today, head on the screens and things like that. Hopefully, we'll get a couple turnovers out of the deal, and just in case two pick, we'll cover ourselves with another one. But definitely turnovers today. I love her points. Like I said, I think I have her points and assists today. I really think that she can get the 5 assists today as well. If we're talking about prospects, and of course, and that's with 2 fantasy points, like a massive triple game, 45 points, 13 rebounds, assists. I mean, again, she's having an MVP season. It's really hard to say, oh, well, should we fade this time? Is this too high? Every time you think it's too high, she fucking like drops another bomb. So, I mean, I definitely think you can take any one of her props tonight. Personally, I think I'll probably be sticking with, I'll probably just stick with her assist for the night. Um, Other than that, the only other player that I really wanted to touch on was Hansu. She had a really, really great game last time. I really think she's in a great spot to repeat. But other than that, that's all I really have to touch on, bro.
Okay, so I agree with you on Han. Yeah, she was able to go out there and dominate last time. That was wasn't that a career high for her going out there dropping that 28 points.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Like she was on fire. Honestly, I didn't fully expect that from her going out there, but it was definitely something that I did enjoy watching her do. All right, so I know for Sabrina, I know a lot of people they were talking about like her rebounds and stuff. For today, one player I definitely want to point out for the rebounds is Jackie Young. Just the fact that she's
Mhm.
one of the round scores and what she goes out there and that she does, and we do know she's gonna play a shit ton of minutes. She's gonna be out there. Of course, she typically will be one of your better defenders, but she's also kind of playing that small forward position. So she's in there. She is crashing glass. Besides having Wilson, who's in there, she's been playing the center position more this season what she has in years past since they don't have Liz out there. But we've been seeing the rebounds kind of spread out between everybody and not just Aja and Hamby. And honestly, there's been a decline in Hamby's rebounds over the past couple games where she's barely hitting 5 to 6 rebounds out there. But this is a spot that I definitely think we can attack with Jackie going out there. Last time in the matchup, she had 4 rebounds. She did play 37 minutes. So that's the only thing that has been like, for this one right here. But just the rebound production that she has on a normal basis, it still gives me a little bit of hope for her in this spot. I do like it.
Mhm.
One thing I did have a question for you. What do you think about the new props that they got up, the PR and the points and assist? Um, you kind of scared me a
I
little
mean,
bit off of Kelsey Plum.
I love it.
You love it because
I
I,
mean,
I honestly I
well,
was liking Kelsey Plum for her 23 points and assists because we know she's gonna dish the rock a little bit. She's gonna get a couple of those assists, at
mhm,
least like maybe I'll give
mhm,
her 4 as a baseline, and then most of her points and stuff, she scores. That's her primary thing. She's out there, she's chucking it from three. I know
mhm.
we're not gonna get a repeat of the 3-point contest. That's a fact. Please, Lord, not a repeat of
Right.
that. But she can really shoot. She shoots very well. And she's the main focal point of that offense from the guards with that scoring. I know they're talking about they're going to try to stop her from going left, but okay, you stop her from going left, she can still jack it from the outside. She can still get to the mid range, get those
Yeah.
shots up. I don't hate it. And then, like we just said, that dishing that she does, I like her points and assists right here. That's definitely a really interesting one for her with the new prop. I haven't dug too much into them, but this is one I do like for her today.
I mean, we've already hit one earlier this morning with Brown Stewards. We took her rebounds this morning. We hit that. It was a nice little sweat. Kayla Thornton fucked it up. But I mean, I love when they put up these new props because they don't have a lot of data to back it. So a lot of the movement on them won't move for right now. Just like how it was in the beginning of the season, how we really kind of ass up when it wasn't moving the props. So when with these type, like I would just jump on them. It's a lot of good ones out there too. A lot of good ones.
All right, so if you guys are having a little bit of trouble of hearing BK, I do know that it's going in and out. We're working on trying to fix the audio right now. I do apologize for that, but pretty much he was saying that this is definitely one that we like. We did see one earlier today. We called the one for Breonna Stewart earlier, and she smashed that. Unfortunately, the other one that we had with Kayla Thornton was a bust. Unfortunately, because Thornton decided to have one of her worst days, going out there, literally doing nothing. But definitely one that you can look at. And looking at this game, it's expected to be a pretty decent close game. It's a 6.5 point spread in favor of Las Vegas, and it has the highest total on today's slate, which are two big factors that go into this. The Liberty, they do play at a much slower pace than the Aces, but the Aces do push the pace. So I think that this is going to be a spot where we could see both of those offenses, meet in the middle, and it balances out for both of them. Anything else you got for this game? Or you want to go on to the Phoenix and the Mercury? I mean, sorry, the Mercury and the Lynx.
Just one thing I wanted to touch on. It's Ileana Rupert. It's her birthday today, so if you playing DFS, it's a nice little value play. Other than that, we move on.
All right, going on to next one that we got. We got the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Lynx. This game right here is a 7.5 point spread in favor of the Lynx, which I'm honestly surprised, kind of, because the Mercury have actually been playing pretty good. And yeah, I really I don't understand that one. And nobody's expected to be missing from what I've seen earlier for the Merc. So why would it be favored like that? That's By the way, I'm about to pull up lineups, make sure I'm not missing nothing. Yeah.
A couple things that I like while you searching for that. One, Skylar Smith, before the break, she only had one game, just one fantasy game under 34 fantasy points. So I really like her today, especially in this spot. At the beginning of the season, we were attacking these Minnesota Lynx guards like a lot. So I don't have a problem looking at her. But the one thing I want to touch on is Sylvia Fowles. As you can see, I do her on our do not know if she's off minute restriction. We will not know that information. We just have to play by ear. But one of the things I wanted to point out is in her first game back from injury, it was versus this Phoenix team. And I believe they still hitting Charles at the time. She had 14 points, 10 rebounds the game. So that's why I don't really have a problem with none of her props. And with the loss to Charles, you got to think about it. She's going up against Breonna Turner now. Like, that should really be easy money for her. Her rebounds, her points, maybe even her PRA. Like, I know she's probably going to get 25 minutes. But, I mean, come on. Do we not think that she can get that versus Breonna Turner?
I agree with you. The only thing I could have sworn that they said that Fowles was going to be on that low 20 minutes minute restriction for the rest of the season, because that injury to her knee is like permanent.
Look at that game. She played like 21 minutes or something like that. Crazy. She had a double-double in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. She played 22 minutes. You, I could see it. I could definitely see it. I mean, it seems like she does most of her work anyway in the first half, is what I kind of noticed. In the second half, she's kind of not really out there. That's when they pull her back a
Mhm.
little bit more. Definitely looks like they're looking for her to get her buckets and do her little dirty work in that first half, and then they lean on Powers, Shepard, and everyone else for that second half. I don't hate it.
Yeah,
Definitely, I could see it. Unfortunately, they don't have just a points and rebounds for her. That would have been fucking cash money, honestly, if they had just gave us a points and
right.
rebounds for her as well. But mm, yeah, I could definitely. I don't know.
And
Personally,
then
for
like,
me,
go ahead.
that's gotta be a lean for me right there with her. Just simply for the fact that that minute, man. Until we know about the minutes, that's the one thing that just is
Bro, she
so iffy for
could
me.
literally get 14 points. I mean, I get what you're saying as far as like her minutes, but like versus Breonna Turner, bro. Like this ain't Breonna. She could literally get that in the first half. If they give her the ball like they're supposed to, because she's gonna have her pen the whole fucking game. If you think about it, like again, this is Breonna Turner, bro. Like that, that should work, bro. That should definitely work. Like she worked that, even if
I
even if
agree.
it's just like,
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. Eh,
because they don't like if you think about it, if Breonna Turner gets into foul trouble, who is coming in?
honestly, they don't got nobody that can come in. I mean, they already got Cunningham is playing a fucking shit ton of minutes already as a backup forward. Yeah, they don't have anybody honestly they can put in to try to cover fouls.
I think it's
And
Megan
I'm
Gus.
pretty sure I'm pretty sure for a fact that Turner more like is gonna get in foul trouble. She always in fucking foul trouble. Like she's just she fouls too much. I mean, shockingly, she played 35 minutes in that game. Hmm.
Kayla McBride, I like for tournaments today is if we talking about the DFS side. Kayla McBride, love for tournaments. Same thing for Jefferson. She had 26 and 33 fantasy points for the team. Uh, I think she gets Shea Petty defense, which is probably better for her than it is for all other players. But then again, when you look at it, shit, either Taurasi is going to give it to McBride or she's going to give it to Powers. One or two. But I was leaning McBride today.
I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I agree with you on the McBride. Because whoever's gonna get that Petty defense, Petty, yeah, she's a decent defender, but she's not a world beater or anything of the
Mm-hmm.
sort. I could definitely see that right there for a fact. Shoot, I don't even want to mess with Petty right now. She done screwed me over for assists the past couple of times I played her. After going out there and just dissing the rock and being perfect. Granted, it's probably just me being greedy because once she hit 4.5, I should have backed off. But but you
Right.
know.
0.5
Hmm.
every time.
Yeah, them 0.5s, man, they freaking kill. What do you think about Diana Taurasi? You think that she'll have a bounce back spot here?
Um, I'm I don't know. It's hard to gauge what the fuck I'm gonna do because you never know with her.
That's true because it's crazy. Because neither Skylar or Diana can go off at the same time. Never. For some reason, it's always Skylar. She's been pretty consistent, except for to end those last three games before the All Star break. She was pretty meh, but it seems like she was more just ready to get it over with and get her a little bit of vacation. DT, you know what? Let's look at turnovers because that's always one typically we could take with Diana. Oh wow, they don't even have her up here. What do you think about Skylar's turnovers here in this spot?
I was looking at it earlier. I think it could hit for sure, but you never know what's going. You never know. She can be a
That's true. She can
team. She
actually,
can come out with the
yeah,
best pass in the world.
yeah. Okay. Seems like we don't got too much from this game. Ready to go on to the next one? The Dream taking on the Sky. And ooh boy. So next game, the Atlanta Dream taking on the Chicago Sky. This right here is a 9-point favorite in favor of the Sky. And honestly, right here, man, there's only one. Well, I know there's two plays that I'll be on from this game, but the one main play for me is Cheyenne Parker. Like this is just she has been eating both times that they've
Yeah,
played the Sky. In 25 minutes, she
yeah.
had 33 fantasy points, and then in 35 minutes, which 50 fantasy points, is just popping off, going off, and everything. It's amazing what she actually can do whenever she gets minutes. And honestly, the addition of Hayes hasn't been bad, minus that Washington game. But I mean
Hmm.
that's going up against a decent Washington defense. Minus that Washington game, she actually has looked pretty good out there with Hayes. She got 29 minutes in two games, one against New York, the other one against the Storm, and they won both of those games.
Hmm.
I like her here for her fantasy
But
points because
that's
of
what
the
you want to
history.
see from Cheyenne. You want to see her getting minutes. As long as
Yeah.
she get minutes, I think she's going to be fine. Like you said, I don't have I don't have the props listed, but I don't have a big problem with her today at all. Um, the fantasy points, I mean, the fantasy production should be there. Um, Candace Parker has shitty that first game. I really love her again today in this spot. Again, I like attacking these fours. I don't think she repeat that last game that she just had. So I like her a lot today. Um, her hit percentage, her hit rate wasn't that great for the props that I had listed, but it's props that we know for sure that she can hit. Like I have her definitely know that she can get there because we know that she can assist. And she's had some triple double games this season already, and we know that she's double machine. Well, crushed in this. Love her for the DFS side. I think it's another 30-40 burger from
Uh-oh.
Copper. She had
Looks like I just lost
two
Dion.
good
Hold
games
on
in
one
this
second,
spot as
guys.
well.
Hey, bro, can you hear me? Oh, looks like we just lost you.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. The only other play was Allie Quigley. She's a GPP play for all my people playing FanDuel and Draft.
On
Is
DFS side.
one out that team.
Yep. Quickly. Who won the 3-point contest once again? Actually, not too surprised there. Yeah, she's been pretty consistent in both of the games. One game she actually dropped 23 points. The other game she had 2 blocks, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and only 3 points, but still dropped 19 fantasy points. Pretty consistent.
All right.
Definitely agree
Bro,
with you there.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna get off. Really, you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna try to type up something. You go ahead and
All right, go ahead.
finish up everything. All right.
All right, well, we only got one more game to go over anyway.
All right, bet.
All right, man. All right, guys. So last game that we got going on the slate, we have the Mystics taking on the Los Angeles Sparks. This game right here, we have a 158 total. It is a 4.5 spread in favor of the Mystics. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up their props so we make sure we don't have any type of injuries or nothing to pay attention. This is not one of EDD's rest games. Definitely right here, straight out the gate, I looked at Liz's props as always, like I do whenever she's on late, because she's actually has been pretty consistent over the past couple of games as we're looking her points. She was definitely hitting her PRA pretty consistently until they actually bumped it up quite a bit. And then the fantasy points, that was there until they put it over 30. I'm not going to be the biggest fan of it right here in this spot for her fantasy points, just simply because there's no telling the minutes that we're going to get from Liz. Like I said, she was logging pretty high minutes recently. In her last matchup against Washington earlier this season, she only had 9 points, 6 rebounds, 1 block, 3 assists, and a steal. Um, I could definitely see us taking an under with this boost that they gave her, because I could see EDD and Austin both getting her in the foul trouble. 100%, I can see that happening for a fact. But at the same time, if you want to gamble with it, I'd just take the under just to be safe on that. The main star, which let's make sure actually too before I continue. It looks like Carter is still going to be out, so they're going to have Sykes should be back. We're gonna have probably wait for a starting lineup because Sykes she was starting before, and Canada was originally coming off the bench. They've been playing a lot with that starting lineup right there, so that's definitely gonna be something that I want to get some news on and see what's going on with that right there. For a fact, before we can lock in for sure. If Sykes is still on the bench, then a player that I always like to go look at and target, and this is going to be having to wait on starting lineups, is going to be Katy Lou Samuels. Um, with Sykes on the bench, Katie, she gets a good chunk of shots, rebounds, and assists out there. She is kind of one of those do it all. I don't hate her in the spot right here going up against Washington. She should be contending with maybe some defense from Clark, but I'm not too scared of Clark's defense out there. Ariel Atkins, she should be on Canada or Lexi Brown, depending on which one of the two are going to be out there. Um, well, depending on what the actual lineup is going to be, that's going to just be the big difference between them. And as always, this right here, the 28.5 PRA for NECA, I'm not touching that. If I do touch it, it's going to be an under for me, just because this right here is honestly probably the highest that we've seen it been all season, and it's not something I'm comfortable taking at that 28.5, taking it over, especially if this game, we know that the Mystics, they are a great team. They actually play pretty solid defense whenever they have um, EDD in the lineup, and she does a tremendous job on the defensive end, locking stuff down. Last time they played, she had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. So she would have gone over this PRA right here, but that was all the way back on June the 21st. Between then and now, they've had several numbers of games. Yeah, that's just a little bit too close to comfort for me for looking at NECA. That right there. Other than that, from that game right there, I really don't have too much from this game. Cloud, you can always go with Cloud's assist over, especially in the spot with EDD playing. We do know she's been pretty hit or miss with them over the past couple of contests, but let's see, last time that she played these guys, Cloud up against LA last time, she had 13 assists. If you feel like she could have repeat performance here in the spot, I don't hate it at all. I'm going to do a little bit more digging, especially I just want to get that starting lineup before I make any plays for this. So I'll have a late night slip for this game specifically right there. All right, guys, I'm sorry about the audio issues earlier inside the stream. We'll try to get that fixed for the next time that we do go live. If you guys are new here, welcome to the No Days Off DFS WNBA breakdown. If you guys want to join our Patreon or come into the Discord, check out the links down in the description below. Talk to me down in the comment section. Talk to me down in the Discord. Talk to me on the Patreon. Until